you know, like the Reverend talked about the other day, the greater love of people is cool off. And I think you've got to get people involved, and you've got to get people caring, and you know that's going to be key.
I was thinking too, to elaborate on that would be another good idea if you could get the word out and try to make help more accessible with like helping people with like financial help, like education and all that with a lot of the people with that, like you said, are cyclical. I know sometimes, you know, they probably have some very real problems that a financial education might not necessarily help it, but I'm thinking that might be a good damage control for like some of the ones that might be able to manage their money better or find help for bills or whatnot, and help assuage some of the people being evicted and stuff, and just trying to keep it maintained.
Getting those people with the fiscal responsible individuals that have actually degrees and actually do that for a living, get them involved in giving classes to individuals to help them better themselves manage their money and help better manage their family income. You're absolutely correct. And I'm sure there are individuals out there within this city who would love to donate their time to this, would love to be able to help their residents out. It's just a matter of reaching them. And I think, like I said, it's our goal to reach every resident, and that includes those with those PhDs, that includes those with those doctorate degrees that want to get inside there and help out in their communities. And I think if you get out there and you reach everybody, you put this out there that, hey, we want to help our neighbors out, we want to build a stronger and better city, you're going to get more and more people involved, but it's just going to take getting on the ground, staying committed, and staying that course. But I want to thank you personally, each and every one of you for coming out today. And I'm going to be sticking around here after this is done for a while longer. And if you know, I'd love to talk with you longer. So I'm going to be around here. I'm not just jetting. Mr. Ware, I'd like to let you take a look at that interview with that superintendent from that school. And all this will be posted online and on YouTube. So you'll be able to check out that interview from that Chamber of Commerce, the interview with that mayor, the interview with the police chief, and you can see what they're doing for creative suggestions for city improvement on their end. Because we can't just say, sometimes you have to go to others for ideas, suggestions, and help. The Chamber of Commerce down there, the president even told me, the mayor down there even told me, hey, look, if you'd like to do a partnership program with our city for an economic study, let me know. We'd be more than happy to help out. So I'm going back down there myself, and I'm going to talk to them again. But it involves seeking out other communities, drawing ideas and suggestions, not just from this city, not just from this region, but what maybe has worked elsewhere across the state and in other states as well. It's an idea of keeping an open mind and talking with people and learning from them, because everybody has an experience and everybody has a voice, and it's a matter of just working together for city improvement. But I do thank each and every one of you for coming out today, and if you would like to volunteer to help us out come next year, just see me, because everybody has a skill, everybody has a voice, everybody can help in some facet or another, and there's no requirement for volunteer time or none of that stuff. So if you can donate just an hour of your time, by all means, let me know. I'll log that down, put that in our database. Let me know if you've got a special skill you would like to utilize to help us as we get started within these communities, because that's what it's going to take. I mean, we got, what's your main experience, Turk?
I'm a machinist and welder.
Okay, machinist and welder right there, bam. Outstanding. Cam, what's your main area of expertise? What do you say you're best at?
I'm an author.
See, author. We got a writer right there. Mr. Wick?
I'm going to school right now for environmental engineering, but I am going to be changing my major to civil engineering. So I'll like things with math. I also do wood carvings and woodworking too.
See how unique that is, just with 3 people alone right there. Experience with gardening, you said? See, bam, right there.
Psychology.
Right there. I can already see it now. Set up citywide, a community center, community garden for all the community. Right? You see, I mean, you got the experience in here. You got the know-how. You got the people with the tools necessary. It's all about coming together and working for that improvement. And it was so great to be able to do this today and to talk with everybody here, to meet everyone, because we can do it. It's a matter of believing that you can do it. An old friend of mine used to always say, believing makes everything easy. And when he always said it, I was like, yeah, right. Okay, this guy was 87 years old in Egypt. He would swim out 3 miles out and 3 miles back every other day. That's 6 miles. 87 years old? Come on now. 87 years old. When I get 87, I don't even want to move out of bed, probably. You know what I'm saying? And this guy was swimming 6 miles, okay? And he'd always come in, and it's not the Red Sea, he'd done, believing makes everything easy. I'd be like, man, I can't even swim a mile, dude. You just did 6 miles and you're 87 years old. And he used to always ride around the compound on his bike. He would do a bike every other day. He'd rotate it out, and you'd see him riding his bike. One day his tire came off his bike, and his bike flipped over on him. He got up, and his skin all up. He took his bike and threw it over a cliff. He said, believing makes everything easy. I'll just walk the rest of the way. I'm like, this dude was a hard charger, So if someone can be that committed and they're 87 years old, surely us can come together and work on improving our community and our city. And I think we're off to a great start. Yes, ma'am.
We have left out our young people, and I think that it would be great if every school would open up once or twice a month and have a meeting where they involve the young people to get into the community. We have a lot of senior citizens that live alone. If we would pair them up with a senior citizen, let them adopt them as a grandparent, and sit and watch TV with them, listen to their stories, and they can learn a lot from them. That would be fantastic, because that other person is lonesome. They need attention. And some of those old people eat cat food. They need food. They need help. And our young people form gangs just to be part of something. They're looking for something to do. They're looking for something to be involved with. And these bullies, they're not really mean people. They may have been treated wrong growing up. There's good in everyone. And we can touch their hearts if we reach out to them and show them there's a better way. And there's a way to care about people instead of hurting people. But I really think that getting in with the young people, because they're our next generation,
You're absolutely correct.
we need to help those young people come together, and they could have art classes, sewing classes.
You get young people involved, because the young people are the future of the city. They are. They're the future of our country, the future of our nation. And we definitely don't want to leave them out, as Cam said. Real quick story, and I'm not meaning to drag this out here. My next door neighbor, I did not even know him until I went across the street and befriended him. World War II vet, Battle of the Bulge, highly decorated soldier. And now he helps family members connect. Like say he had a grandfather that was in the service, and you didn't know anything about him. He looks that up for you and does that research for free. What a wonderful story, just right across the street from him. So that's what I'm saying, like getting involved in creative community, getting to know those people, forming those relationships, and then you're sowing the seeds for a better city in the long run. And you're absolutely correct, and I'm glad you brought that up. But yeah, there all too often we forget about our elderly people, and what better people to learn from if you're a younger person. Because oftentimes I find myself going over there for a cup of coffee pretty much every day now, just talking with him. Because it's so great to sit down there and learn from him and his experiences, not just because he's a veteran, but because we have so many things in common that had I not walked across the street and got to know him, I wouldn't have known all this. And the potential for this to succeed, it exists, but it just involves getting your communities, getting to know those people, and applying your skills that you have to working for a better city. Because everybody has a skill, and that's what we're trying to put out here today. Everybody has a voice. Yourself, you're a high school teacher, correct? See, bam, you're a teacher. When we get started working in communities and stuff, if you have the time, you can, teach a few disadvantaged students, help better their grades. I'm sure you already do that. And we get more teachers involved with it, and then we're on the way to bigger and better things. But I thank each and every one of you, and I'm going to be hanging around here afterwards for a little while. Then I'll be headed over to St. Vincent's to drop off some food. But thank you so much for coming out today, and we will have more meetings in the future. I encourage and I ask each of you to spread the word of real people working for real change, because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take real people getting the word out there, that there are people that care, there are people that want to make a difference, and that there is no hidden political agenda. There's nothing to be gained from it other than a better, stronger, and more vibrant city.